Hey, hey, good morning, everybody. It's looking like it's be a nice day today. Just want to say everybody doing today. We got brother Ron Hurd coming on from Real BTV. Um, yeah, sorry it's a little late, but we had a what they call uh this thing in time. I mean, 30-minute delay. So my apologies for putting the time at 11:30 and 30 minutes later, but that's my apologies. Um, yeah, but otherwise, everybody doing today. How you doing, Sherry Woody? Let me send you a message. Oh, shoot. Okay. Email him the link. Let me tell you. What's the damn email? This damn thing. Ah. All right, let's see. All right, just send me the email, so should be good. Um, but anyway, we're gonna talk about a lot of things. We're gonna talk about men, women. We're gonna talk about the fake sham impeachment. We're gonna talk about a whole lot of things. So get ready. This could be an interesting show. Um, Brother Ron always has good content when he comes on, and he's gonna have it again. So um, I just want everybody to be prepared. I don't know what the brothers got to say, but I'm sure a lot of his mind, because once again, this is the return of the angry black men sessions, and if you black and you're not angry right now, I'm just gonna say that something your elevator might not be going all the way to the top. That's all I'm gonna say because we got a lot to discuss, and hell will be freezing over for some folks, and others they might. Leah, I'm trying to get him in here right now, so but 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 yeah, it's gonna be kind of interesting. The next couple of weeks and months could be very interesting for a lot of people. What's up, Shaq? Good thing on that show last night. Matter of fact, Shaq, you got to come on my show. Hello, brother. Yeah, you got to come on my show, Shaq, because you got some information you got to tell the people. Hey, Monique, good to see you as always. Great to see you as always. Um, you know, I'm on vacation this week, so I said the only thing I could do is I wouldn't feel like myself if I didn't come and give y'all some content for the week before I leave out. Um, so I had to come give y'all some good content before I leave. So I do want to thank y'all for being here this morning. Um, I'm sure some states are snowier than others, but that's just how it is. Let's see. We got to get some clarity of our situation. We're probably going to talk about Judas and the Black Messiah. My apologies for not being able to watch it yet. I want to watch it and then get Fred Hampton, Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. on to talk about it because I haven't talked to him in a while. But we'll get together on that. So, Monique, I know you were watching it last night. I've heard some good things about it. So, I mean, it is what it is. People just need to, like I said, be vigilant and get ready for what she thought it was good. So that's good. Glad you thought it was good. So let me go ahead and watch it when I get an opportunity. I probably get to watch it when I come back. Uh, let's see what else we got. Who else is in the chat? Let me spotlight you right quick. Yep. Hey, Shaq, Grand Rising. She thought it was good. And I'll just say hello to everybody like that. So, um, anything else? I just want to know what did anybody think about the sham like yesterday? They called it. I thought some people say the Super Bowl was the greatest show on turf, but this seemed like it was the greatest show, the greatest side show on turf because you knew what the outcome was going to be before it even happened. Or fake sham impeachment that. Hey, brother. I sent to you. My bad. I sent it. I sent you the wrong link, man. So yeah, man. I think they messing with the weather, man. Y'all guys too as well. But you know, it is what it is, man. Real figure out what's going on. You know, real figure out what's going on. All right. I sent the wrong link. I think I sent him the wrong link. I think I sent him something that I wasn't supposed to send him, but it is what it is. So my apologies for that. Oh man, you know, but that's okay. You go back to the last thing you copied and pasted, but I mean, it's interesting. Well, I think the operation is called Operation Dot Winner, brother. So maybe that's part of it. We got some down power lines here in Virginia as well. Oh shoot!
Hey,
There
bro.
he is, the return of the angry black man session. There he is. What's going on? Hey,
All right, how you
man,
doing?
I don't know, man. I'm starting to get a little bit more angry.
Yeah, it's good. Anger is good. Make sure it's righteous anger, not self-destructive anger.
Oh well, I don't know. It looked like a lot of people self-destructive right now.
Well, it is what it is. We're gonna lose a lot of people, man, before it gets better. It's how it goes.
You know, I was thinking about that yesterday, man. I gotta ask you something, man. How did you
Mm-hmm.
like the impeachment sham?
I ain't pay too much attention to it. It was nothing there. I mean, they was talking about a second impeachment all this time, but what they hinged their bets on was the January 6th psyop. And that means they had nothing on him anyway. Like to me, Donald Trump is like John Gotti, Teflon Don 2.0. Well, you realize John Gotti, he was set up at the last trial. The government rigged it. You know what I'm saying? So the government been trying to rig Donald Trump from day one before he got into office when he started running as president. So really, what's sad is the fact that a lot of stuff is coming out now that should have came out last year. Not no fault of the Trump administration. I'm talking about the Supreme Court, and you look at the state politics, how they say, oh, no, we shouldn't include those ballots or those mail-ins. It was like unconstitutional. So, I mean, Donald Trump, to me, is the most disrespected president in U.S. history. Or I would say he's the most disrespected president in my lifetime. And also he's the most honest president of my lifetime.
That's
Him and
right.
Jimmy Carter. Because the people, you could tell they honest because, like that movie, A Few Good Men, you can't handle the truth. And Donald Trump been truthful with the American people. He did not lie to the people. Like you look at the last debate when he told the people that Biden was against fracking and that he was going to, get rid of the Keystone thing. And what did one of the first thing Biden do? He got rid of the Keystone thing.
That's right.
cost 11,000 jobs and goodwill with the parties involved in that situation. So Donald Trump didn't tell no lie, and every day he looks better and better and
That's right.
stronger.
Well, well, like we all know, the majority of the people voted for Donald Trump in big numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, this election was such a landslide. It's actually even honest, funny that we even talking about it. They talking about the swing states. No, he won more states than that,
Yeah, he did. You right.
including my state of Virginia.
And that was weird, brother King BJ, because they called Virginia for Biden with 1% of all the total votes reported in. I was like, what was going on? What's happening in Virginia, man?
And then you find out a couple weeks later they got $500,000 they said shouldn't have been counted, right?
Right. And then also, man, like you remember when they froze the votes for Donald Trump, we had like 95+% of the precincts voting, reporting in. Like, no, they could call it for Biden at 1%, but they can't call it for Trump at 96 or 97%. It's kind of weird. It was strange. It was very surreal. And it's still strange. The hatred for Trump, the rabid hatred, the program hatred, I think. I mean, because a lot of people don't know who Donald Trump really is. But based on what I understand or overstand about this Operation Mockingbird media, like Malcolm said, they'll make your friends your enemies and your enemies your friend. That's the power of perception of the media role in perception.
Well, and I just happened to look at some of the, I didn't look at it because matter of fact, let me tell you what I said though.
Okay.
Because I put this on Facebook yesterday. I really did. Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm.
I had to make a point. And actually, Trump lawyers played a good touche. They said, y'all bring y'all witness. Come on, bring Nancy Pelosi and all of them. You bring them. They said, no, we got to back off. So Mitch McConnell and them can say what they want. Because if you brought Nancy Pelosi and them, then you got to explain why some of your Democratic colleagues and your Jews behind you, or your YouTube or whatever, supporting Black Lives Matter, Antifa, and all these groups, these communist organizations. That they fund, the terrorists they control, or the Marxists they control, whichever one you want to say. So, and I know Nancy Pelosi didn't want a grandstand, but they knew they didn't have anything on Donald Trump, because the thing that happened at the Capitol, they had planned this since November 4th. I already seen Twitter and BLM and them saying they were going to go do this on the White House.
Mm-hmm.
They actually planned it out a long time ago. And come on, man, what insurrection? Looked like a damn house party to me.
I agree with you on that, bro. I don't know if people think what insurrection look like. Well, Wilmington, North Carolina happened in 1898. Or hell, even Black Wall Street in 1921, the centennial year this year, Black Wall Street getting bombed. That's an insurrection. No, Wilmington 1898 was an insurrection.
Well, I do
what happened in 1861 was an insurrection, American Civil War.
I do what happened in Seattle and Portland when you take over city blocks for months and weeks, more of an insurrection. That looked like a damn show fest. And I say, if you saying that 5 people died, right? Show me the death certificates and the receipts. So that's why I said, I don't think y'all understand. I like what Marjorie Taylor Greene said. We know 9/11 was an inside job. We know Sandy Hook was an inside job. This ain't no secret. Mm-hmm. Like I said, prove to me death certificates, prove to me the death. If I can't find your death certificate, look, check this out. I'm going to say something. If I can find a death certificate of people who voted illegally in the election, then I damn sure should be able to find a death certificate of somebody you said died at the Capitol.
Well, my thing is this: who shot Ashley Babbitt? Is she dead? I mean, why this didn't come up doing this so-called impeachment thing, this farce of a criminal just us system? Why didn't it come on by Ashley Babbitt? They never released the identity of the person who allegedly shot this woman who had a deep background in the military.
That's right.
So the thing about it is our people, it's just like, okay, that that thing in Pennsylvania, Joe Biden's home state, whatever, Delaware and all that, that couple got shot by that guy. That neighbor, for they, throwing the snow fight that turned deadly. My thing is, it was strange because they did not release a photo of the guy that killed the couple, And, you know, they got the camera pointing. You can hear the audio clear, everything good. It's like quiet on the set, action. You can hear everything they say. And the camera point right there, right. He go back in, get his gun. It's like some John Wayne Die Hard stuff. I don't know what's going on. But they don't even release the photo. The guy was in the Navy, allegedly. No good, no honorable discharge. There's no service photo of the dude that shot his neighbors. And then you look at the New York Post, they have a story. They quoting one of the family members from France. What, they not Americans too? Did they not have relatives around they could have got a quote from? Why is there a relative from France talking about what happened to her cousins or his cousins or whatever and posting on Facebook? Then they posted had a son that was autistic that was 15. I mean, it's strange, man. Nobody. Then you go over to the funeral home site. There's a photo of a flag, but now the guy who posted shot his neighbors and killed himself in a murder-suicide. Where is his damn photo of this guy? Because you try to Google this guy, you can't find no photo. You find everybody else's photo but his.
All right.
So why do people not ask these questions? I mean, we can't think no more. We get arrested for being contrarian and hiding the contradictions.
Well,
what is this BS? What happened to Ashley Babbitt? Did she have a funeral? Was it live stream?
I heard that.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was deep into military intelligence, right? Had special clearances. What is this crap about? What about Black Jack Sullivan from Utah?
Yeah.
That's what about Black Jack Sullivan?
Who was on there with Anderson Cooper? He part of Insurgent USA.
Oh, Anderson Cooper CIA, man. You know, that's Operation Mockingbird. You know, he's part of intelligence.
Anderson Cooper CIA.
Yeah, all them CIA.
Now look, this is what I put up yesterday. Just as I said, you cannot convict without evidence. If he's not in office, how can you? Oh, by the way, nobody really died in the Capitol. If they did, show me the death certificates. BLM and Antifa already said on November 4th on Twitter they were going to do it. It was a stage show once again, but of course, 85% of the population is deaf, dumb, and blind. When we get stupid people out of the way, we can win. But the black grassroots is waking up. Not the civil rights brainwashed people who believe in the fake media. By the way, the ratings sucked. That's how I put it in a nutshell. The ratings sucked. It was trash. Nobody's buying it. They know it was a sideshow.
Well, you know, and that's the thing. I think I'm glad people are waking up because the contradictions have been heightened to an effect where you just got to make a decision on what you are seeing and processing. And, you know, oh man, I got a brain fart. But anyway, yeah.
but
you know,
well, look, man. Well, I just look at it like, you know, I was talking to an older gentleman probably about a month ago, and I said, look, I do not have a problem with you. I respect you, but you guys 70, 80, even 90, y'all put us on a crash course to destruction. By following these auxiliary groups, following the likes of Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, and these, they ain't Manchurian candidate puppets, they just agent provocateurs, to be honest with you. That's all they are. I mean, like I said, and I sent you that thing earlier because I wanted to bring this up. Lou Dobbs was the #1 anchor on Fox News.
Right.
On that business program. They got rid of him the same day Mike Lindell released his documentary on the election theft, right?
Yeah.
But Al Sharpton still has a show on the air, and Al Sharpton's ratings suck.
Yeah, look, I don't listen to Al Sharpton. I don't know why. You know.
Well, he's a clown, but he's a clown, he's a puppet, and he's a informant. I mean, we all know that. I mean,
yeah, well, it's been proven, but yeah, people still love Al Sharpton for. I think they love Al Sharpton. I don't know.
Well, I look at like I said, then you got what's the broad name? The fake Indian. Well, not the fake black girl. I was in the bar the other night. I think I was passing out some business cards, and I happened to see some women at the table with a cake and stuff with chucks and pearls on. And I started to walk up and say, look, I'm gonna be dead on with you, man. I said, look, some of y'all might need to, you know, I ain't trying to be funny, sisters. I know some of y'all, you know, I don't celebrate Valentine's Day because I don't celebrate pagan holidays, but I got to say this to you. I thought they must, I don't know if they was having a birthday party or Valentine's Day party. And I told my buddy, man, we need to go up there and tell these girls right here, look, man, y'all wearing chucks and pearls and red and white, Look, you know, I ain't gonna lie. Two of them was hefty. That's their business, right? But what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, like, you wearing Chucks and pearls, man? Really, you wearing that on that shirt, man? I said, now, just yesterday on Twitter, no, Friday, she said,
Mm-hmm.
we must condemn Asian discrimination, Asian immigrant racism or discrimination. That's what
Mm-hmm.
Kamala said on Twitter.
Yeah.
So the woman you repping is talking about what discrimination against Asians. But what about black folks? And matter of fact, come to think about it, Asians got more privileges than you got. So
Mm.
yeah, you're right, brother. Don't forget Joy Reid. Joy Reid she ain't nothing but a bed wench from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. That's all she is.
But who watching these people and taking them seriously at this point in 2021? I don't understand. It's like when people told me about the Super Bowl, man, that was a boring Super Bowl. Most Super Bowls are boring, be honest with you. Think about it. I don't go to Super Bowl parties for the Super Bowl. I go there for like the fellowship. Like I don't celebrate the genocide day known as Thanksgiving because the official narrative of Thanksgiving. I do that out of fellowship to connect with loved ones I haven't seen in a minute, to catch up with people, that to share moments, man. I don't never agree with the official narrative on anything. The official narrative is the official lie. The official story is the official lie. And my thing is, why are you still looking at CNN and MSNBC for your news in 2021? Who's watching these people? I mean, I just like, even with the celebrities, black people are so damn gullible they can make a Run DMC cartoon. Get vaccinated. Stop questioning. Get vaccinated. Word to your mother. Okay. Well, Cuomo was a hero last year, and he's the villain this year. Trump is the evil guy. Trump lies all the time, but it's like every time Trump says something, it's true.
That's right.
I don't understand you people. Like, you talk about the elders. I mean, look, man, the olders, man, they got to die off like the dinosaurs. And then my thing is, they reproducing these people that like low information people. You are in the age of information, and you value the low information voter. And my thing about voting, let's get this clear, black people. Black folks didn't put these people in office. They blaming us for it, though. They are blaming us for this. Because you look at even the impeachment thing, Dr. Randy Short talked about black women got a big target on their backs because of this BS. And what they show in that 13-minute video, all these black women, right? Maxine Waters saying what she said, Stacey or all them. You see how they quiet AOC ass. They ain't dare let her testify. After all that tall tale she told about the January 6th insurrection.
Well, let me say something to you. You see, it's kind of like the Willie Lynch thing, but it's also, they know that you got, I mean, like, I was just talking to a sister the other day, and she said, well, I wouldn't have dared voted for Biden. Why would I vote for Biden or Kamala Harris? And then she also explained, to be honest with you, a lot of black folks stayed home too. Like me, I said, the hell with this. A lot of black folks stayed home. So what I'm saying is, in the context, we had nothing to do with it, because I'm gonna just be dead honest with you. Like, the guy came on Alex Jones' show. Say what you want about him. He said for Trump to lose the election was a statistical impossibility. I mean, you got more votes than ever for a sitting president, and then all you got to do is put in, if you Google right now on your phone, the most admired man in America, and it will come up Donald Trump.
Yeah, the Gallup poll. He beat Obama's record. He set a new record for that poll.
Yeah. So
how did he lose the election then if he's the most admired man in America?
Well, let me say this. Look what she said. Look what Monique said. They are making us a scapegoat for this election. I personally held my vote. They make us scapegoats for anything.
It don't make a difference if you vote or not. Black folks will always be the scapegoat and the boogeyman for America. It is what it is. Until black folks say enough is enough, it's not going to change.
Well, and let me say one other thing, because now Trump said that, they're gonna start letting illegals across the border. What's happening?
They've been here. They've been here though, and it's more than numbers. Like, I call this, that movie Alien Nation. We are living in an alien nation. How many people are really citizens of this country, let alone of this world? And that's another conversation altogether.
But man, let me get to something, because I want to get to an interesting comment here, because we're gonna talk about the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
and not as far as the Super Bowl itself, but I'm just looking at the predictive programming they're putting out. We got all these vaccinated healthcare workers that came to the game, and thank God healthcare workers. Miss Dawson,
Yeah,
shout out
shout out
to
to
her.
Nurse Dawson down in the H Town, South Side, South Side, Sunny Side, South
She
Side.
she made a good point that it's a disgrace that they put in the healthcare workers. Healthcare workers been doing this forever. So now you highlight healthcare workers, right?
Well, it used to be police back in the day. Police were last year, a couple years ago. Police, nurse lives matter. Nurse lives matter.
But
Cross lives matter. Cross lives matter.
and that's why I respected Dr. Simone Gold, who's telling manuals, who was telling you about hydroxychloroquine. Now they're saying that that they overcounted the deaths and they overcounted. They coming out and say everything Trump said was true. You know, doctors getting paid money to do this, putting you on a ventilator. That's why. Now I said Cuomo need to be dead. He don't need to be. You talking about Cuomo? Now they find it. We already knew this, but now they're gonna bring it to the media. So what's up? You're leaking
His brother
information now,
Chris
right?
Cuomo is one of his, shields. Chris
Yeah,
Cuomo over there at CNN.
Well, the thing I'm going to make it to it about how it came to the Super Bowl, you had Joe Biden and them sitting over in that daggone thing talking about and they booed him on the teleprompter. I'm like, this Florida. Then let's go to this thing in Florida. Now, Montana, Iowa, and one other state, they lifting their mask mandates, right? And the media talking about it. I said, lifting mask mandate. They tried to go to a store in Florida. I said to myself, look here, why are you even trying to pass a mandate anyway? Like Dawson, like I said, you got nurses in your corner, the smart nurses, not the coon nurses, okay? Because we got a lot of nurses that are coons that don't think and believe everything.
I call them Auntie Eunice Rivers. Auntie
Oh yeah.
Eunice's.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Auntie Eunice's, how y'all doing out there?
Well, like I said, I know they changed the name. They changed the name of Aunt Jemima to Personal Milling Company, but I got a few Aunt Jemimas that we need to put on a train and send them down the river. And hey, look, these people need to.
I got no beef with Aunt Jemima. All them pancakes and syrup she helped us over the years. That's an insult to call them. For Aunt Jemima to be insulted like that is an insult.
Okay, well,
they call them Auntie Eunice's. They Auntie Eunice's, like Eunice Rivers.
Okay, let's use
Auntie Eunice's.
Yeah, let's use Eunice Rivers or Kismeezy Corbett.
Well, time will tell with her, but I already know because she was born the same year that Eunice Rivers died. So maybe her soul inhabited her. It's like some horror movie.
Yeah, let me say something about this brother right here. You're right, brother. Mandate is not a law. That's exactly right. And that's why in Florida, in certain places, they're not following it. But once again, your body needs fresh air. So putting on a mask will hurt your fresh air.
But think about this, though. This is what y'all don't understand. You got to heighten the contradictions. You got organization called the Food and Drug Administration.
Yeah.
The same organization that approved the food to make you sick. So you get them pharmaceuticals, big pharma, freaking drugs, freaking fruit. They approve things to make you sick. This thing thrives off of us being sick and dead. Y'all keep on trusting y'all faith in a system that does not acknowledge or respect your humanity. You wonder why you can't get ahead. You wonder why you dying. You wonder why you crying because you put your faith in the wrong thing. This like you look at a commercial. The job of a commercial is to make you feel inadequate so you can buy their product. So this system makes you feel inadequate. You think you need a system to disrespect you when you need to really have self-respect and self-love. See, the greatest love is self-love. If you can't love yourself, you can't love no one else. Not in a sincere, authentic way. It's a crime. You know what the biggest thing that's killing people right now is self-neglect. Self-neglect is killing a lot of people. It's not, see, all this other stuff is just a symptom. But the real root is not loving yourself enough to do right by yourself, to teach your kids to fear what they should love.
Yep.
Now you wonder why the police kill you and your people, because you teach your kids to respect filth and evil. That's your God. So I mean, we gotta stop this following the crowd BS, right? We got to stop this celebrity. I don't know why y'all still really F with celebrities right now. They have been exposed for a while. These folks got no backbone. Look at Nick Cannon, for Christ's sakes. Did he say he was going to be the next Dick Gregory? Chappelle is more Dick Gregory than Nick Cannon is. And Dick Gregory was a mentor, a Jegna to both these guys.
I like this comment right here that he puts up. Sugar is the #1 drug in America. Yep.
Okay, but it's legal, right?
Yeah.
So everything legal is killing you.
Hey, look.
You talking about mandates? I mean, anything that's legal that could kill you. Look, people are dying more from pharmaceutical drugs than street drugs. What's killing people with street drugs is what they use to cut the drugs with.
That's right.
The stuff they use to cut the drugs with was actually killing people on the streets, not the drug itself.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like now down here, I mean, I think I sent you a picture of they got a billboard, a vaccine update. I was like, man, it was a lady that told me she would go her friend to get the vaccine, and it just happened to snow and ice down here, so all the stuff was closed yesterday. But I'm sitting there saying to myself, what kind of movie am I watching, man? Daggone. Now they say they're gonna put 1,000 National Guard troops in cities, and they're gonna use FEMA to help. I said, yo, do y'all not realize all these so-called conspiracy theories y'all talked about is real? Who the smart people there? We've been telling you this was gonna happen.
Well, they told, but look, I went a couple years ago, back in May 2018. I went down to Georgia, to the Georgia Guidestones. They've been held there as public notice since 1980 that they're trying to get the world population down to 500 million people. That's like the Georgia Guidestones are the 10 commandments for the New World Order. And I went down there. It was weird going down in the middle of a cow pasture in the middle of nowhere, it seemed. And the same day I went down there was a woman from England driving cross country from California to New York. I call her Illuminati Nikki. So I just so happy to be there. I call myself Boule Run. I call her Illuminati Nikki. So we had this interesting conversation, but it was interesting being there and seeing it for yourself. Like, you know, they let you know through predictive programming, as you say, what they're going to do. Well, the thing about the movies is that the ending is not the Hollywood ending. Like, if you look at the movie, Trump should have been still in the White House today. You know, based on what we've been predicted programmed by the movies, but there's no justice. It's just us. So really, Trump is a president in exile. It's kind of like a Napoleon. You know, Florida is Trump land. And y'all need to watch out for Ron DeSantis. He might be the nominee for the Republican Party in 2024, the governor of Florida.
Well, yeah.
He may be the presidential nominee.
He might be the president nominee, but you know what else he might be?
What?
Shoot. Daggone, he might be daggone. I don't know, Trump running again. He might be his vice president. Shit.
Well, you know, we got to stop. I mean, Trump is almost 80. And no disrespect to Trump, he's actually very energetic and alert, more so than Biden. Please. Oh, my God. Biden's like the mummy. Wife talking for him and stuff. But I know Trump has got a lot of energy. I mean, he got a lot of energy, and his mind is there. He's very brilliant. Nobody don't want to give Trump credit what credit is due. He's very smart. He's very brilliant. And he's a fighter. I think black folks need to learn from Trump how to fight for what you want. Not to, you know, I mean, fight, I mean, be resilient and relentless in what you want. And be clear about what you want. Black folks are not clear right now about what we really want as a people.
That's right. I mean, well, like I said, we got too many people stuck on stupid with civil rights nonsense that never benefited black people. It's actually more of a curse. I mean, you got a few sellout, you know. The worst part is the civil rights movement was directed by, you had too many people with other agendas, Bayard Rustin, homosexual. Matter of fact, you know, the civil rights movement actually has a lot of reference to today, though, with the BLM movement, calling it the Black Lives Matter movement, but they're LGBTQ and immigration. So really, to tell you the truth, I mean, it's kind of weird. And one thing about it, like, I know what's this movie called, the Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah, I seen that. That was interesting.
I'm gonna have to see it. Possibly when I come back. But what I'm saying, I gotta look at it. But what I'm saying is, we done had too many Judases, and we done had some Messiah, but the Messiahs that we have, well, not technically, but we exiled him, like Dr. Short said, we love our traitors and hate our heroes, kind of like
Yeah.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got people that's heroes, but we look at them like, I don't want to particularly use him as in a hero light, but I'm just gonna say you deride Ice Cube, but you praise Stacey Abrams. Like, what world are we living in? Like, you know, you mad at Ice
Mm-hmm.
Cube, but I mean, like, Stacey Abrams got nominated for Nobel Peace Prize for what? Like I said, I'm not a Trump fan, but at least Donald Trump actually, when it's all said and done, probably will be the greatest president ever lived because he didn't start one war. And this is a country that prides on war. So,
Mm-hmm.
hey, war is not about saving countries anyway. It's about money, resources, and land.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you have idiots like Joe Biden telling Nigeria, well, if y'all don't loosen up y'all anti-gay policies, we're going to sanction you. You don't tell me how to run my land, man. What's wrong with you, man?
Mm-hmm.
The same thing as Mr. Satoru or Mr. Barack Obama. The same thing. And it's mighty interesting though. And I was trying to tell a guy, a lot of these people, Black Caucus especially, when they see us, they should run down the street and hide and say, you have not been serving the people for a long time. You got this idiot named Sheila Jackson Lee, who she probably ain't got nothing to do with it, but they put her name on the bill. The co-sponsors HR 127, which would make gun owners basically felons if they don't pay the $800 licensing fee and all that stuff. I'm like, that's interesting that you worried about people being unarmed in the midst of everything that's going on right now. But you know that Black people been buying a lot of guns over last year too. So very interesting that they would do that. So they basically trying to arm folks in the middle of a so-called scam-demic. See, I don't call it no pain, I call it scam. Because it's all a scam. Like, shout out to nurses and are honest, like Dr. Simone Gold, who basically point out to you the discrepancies of this virus. And she said, why are they targeting you? Like that Run DMC commercial. That was a damn
horrible.
thing. Horrible. Powerful, but I want to know who signed off on it. Because Cuomo was the one who tweeted out. I said, Cuomo to be the one tweeting me out when he can't even get his own stuff right? Damn.
Well, it's just the.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
No, go ahead and say it with Cuomo.
No, with the thing about it shows you how gullible we as a people are, or people think we are. And we are very gullible people. We're very emotional people. When you let your emotions rule over your life, you make poor life decisions. So this is where Black folks are at right now as a people. We are as a people, so-called Black people.
She said she live in Sunnyside.
Yeah, I mean, Texas. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Texas and Florida. Sheila Jackson Lee does not represent the interests of Texas. Texas is about to secede out this MF, and I'm looking at Texas right now. I need some cooperation. It's like you got a lot of good women down there, the nurse Dawson included. They want to work with the brother to rebuild and resuscitate and resurrect the Black family unit. So we need to all be thinking about moving to Texas or Florida probably over the next couple of years because this ain't gonna work out. But you know the thing about it is, what good is a gun if I can control your mind? Your mind is your greatest weapon. If I can control your mind, I can weaponize you to do whatever I want you to do. So they have weaponized Black folks to self-destruct. And we got to recognize that and heighten the contradictions and wake up from this sleep that we are in.
I forgot the album name. It was an album called Before I Self-Destruct. I can't remember, was it 50?
Well, I know the song. You remember that song from the rap song, Self-Destruction. We heading for self-destruction. I think what Kumo D said, I never ran from the Klan. I shouldn't have to run from a Black man. Something like that. I love Kumo. Self-destruction. We heading for self-destruction.
Now,
Whoop whoop!
I'm, just-
Get the sound of the police. That's another Son of Chaos one.
I'm waiting
That's a
on
boom
now.
box.
Now they're saying now another thing they're saying is interesting. They want to keep the National Guard in DC for to the end of the year. Now I think, whoa, wow, okay. I said, are we living in a banana republic right now?
We've been in a banana republic, man.
Okay.
We've been there. Because think about our power grid is outdated. You know, bridges are collapsing. You remember back, I remember in Minnesota not that long ago, when them bridges collapsed, and they built a new bridge down in Florida. I don't know, it was Miami. They collapsed. That was a new bridge. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are living in an idiocracy. Like that movie called Idiocracy by Mike Judge, who did Beavis and Butthead, or King of the Hill from Texas. We are in an idiocracy. You know, low information people are ruining the day. They don't rule the day, they ruin the day for a lot of us.
Well, I know
Gorilla
one thing.
Glue Nation, man. We're in the Gorilla Glue Nation.
Speak about that for a minute. I really don't want to give her that much airtime, but yeah, speak about that because that was they actually made a spin off it because they said that she got a black doctor to
yeah, Dr. Michael Obang, from Ghana. Yeah, shout out to him. He got educated in Texas. They say he came over to this country with $200 to his name, and he's the American dream. So they said, why y'all black folks can't make it when Dr. Michael Obang came over here with just $200 to his name? I said, because he came from somewhere else. He's not from here. That's why he was able to make it like that. See, you gotta understand, this is Black History Month, right? And I love jazz. And I remember I read Dizzy Gillespie's autobiography, the great Dizzy Gillespie's autobiography. He talked about the reason why so many of them guys back in the day became Muslims. Not the Nation of Islam Muslims, but Muslims, like Orthodox, Sunni, all that stuff. The reason why they did that, because when they traveled deep south, they'll be able to get away with staying in white hotels and stuff like that. Because white folks thought they was not from here. They wasn't American black. So they're able to move away from there. So they say, okay, we adopted the Muslim faith because we could better navigate as black people in America, because they thought we was from somewhere else. They thought we was African black and all that. Because like, you know, when you're black from somewhere else, you're not American black. No, I'm saying anything is better than America. Like even Kamala. See, it's funny. I can say her name better now. I can say Kamala, but everybody else saying Kamala now. And Kamala, I'm saying Kamala. I'm saying it took me a long time to get that name right. As soon as I get the name right, I hear everybody, including people that we like, saying Kamala. Now, if she was black, it would be Kamala. But she's not black. She's Kamala. And she come a lot. From Camelot to Camelot.
All right, what do you think about this comment, Ron? Dawson's on fire today.
Yeah, shout out to Nurse Dawson for the support. We love you madly, Sister Dawson. What you just said? What she said? Self-love. What was?
She said self-love is key, but due to Christianity and the corrupt media, they push fear. This is why people won't fight back. Exactly.
Yeah, fear is a hell of a drug. Fear. Everything's fear. I mean, I know people in my family, elders, they scared to go to go outside because this COVID stuff. My thing is this: if you believe in God, won't you be happy to meet your maker? Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, where's the faith? Where's your faith?
Let me say something.
Fear is their God.
Let me say something. Now, you know, there's one thing about white Christians, right? So-called, but they gonna say, I'm gonna fight to the death and I'm gonna kill for mine. See, it's a difference. Not to be soft and passive. Oh, that's okay. Well, you know, like what's this country music singer? He just got in trouble last week or something. I forgot the daggone white boy name, but then they had the NAACP release a statement talking about, no, if he called you a nigga or whatever in the song, then he said that, well, I was drunk for 72 hours and blah, blah, blah. Like, look, don't come to the defense of white people for that. Like, I'll give an example. T.I., who people like, him and Tiny and his sex trafficking thing. Like, I'm not saying they didn't do it. Like I said, a lot of these stuff, it does happen. But what I'm saying is, why are they attacking T.I. for when you can get just as many white people for human trafficking and sex trafficking and all that? I mean, damn. I mean,
what will Donald Trump Department of Justice doing? They break about on child sex trafficking rings. They'll find them missing children throughout the whole country. But the media didn't report on it. The fake news didn't report on that. I never seen a president so disrespected while they were president. And not even Richard Nixon got this type of disrespect.
Exactly. And the
You
matter
know,
of fact, Donald Trump's presidency busted up a whole lot of human trafficking rings.
yeah.
Some of them actually started from the illegal immigrants that black folks cried for. We gotta cry at the border for the illegal immigrants that's financing the
But
drugs.
Obama put them cages up, right? It was on the Obama administration that them cages went up.
Yeah, and actually they putting kids back in cages right now. Biden doing it, putting kids. They put 700 of them back in cages last week, by the way. But they call it an overflow facility now, though. They changed the name though.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, man. Name change. You know what? They what white folks do when business go bad. They change the name of the business. Instead of going out of business, they change the name of their business. You know, when the business do bad, but you know, it's white folks. A lot of them, I realize they're not white. See, the folks like the capital thing is making them realize you're not really white. You honorary white for now. They can always revoke that. You know, like this thing where black folks depend, like, you know, people talking about 2050, most of America will be minority. Nah, the white folks always change the rules. They'll just make a new form of white. Because even a lot of Hispanics don't claim, you know, whatever, they claim white. You got a lot of white Hispanics walking around, white Mexicans and stuff. You know, people with these names. I went to school with so many people. Now they were from Texas. You know, they got Espinoza and all these other names, and you look at them, they look white, so they pass as white.
And they put it on their birth certificate. I mean, on their birth certificate and employment opportunities too.
Yeah, but you got folks that's darker than us that's come onto this country. They classify as white too. So black folks getting game on this color bullshit. This thing does not work in our favor, man. Yeah. Like I said, Dizzy Gillespie and them became Muslims, and Dizzy was the Baha'i faith. He wasn't a Muslim, but he was talking about how some of the brothers would say, "I'm gonna take this Islamic thing, get this Muslim Islamic name, so I can stay in certain places in Alabama and stuff like that." Because they'll think, "Oh, you know, he's from overseas. He's not American black, so we treat him better." You know, like when people are getting lynched in this country, if you was an immigrant, let's say you was from Italy or China, the government of this country would have to pay restitution or reparations to the government of their country, of their homeland. When black folks get mistreated, there's nobody that holds the United States government accountable. There's no sovereign state that holds this so-called sovereign nation accountable for crimes against certain types of people. That's why black folk, man, we gotta, and people get all this, well, I'm not black, I'm Aboriginal. Man, you black. What you gotta do is stand on whatever you want to call yourself. If you want to be called Smurfs, I'm a Smurf. I'm a Smurf. I got the guns and the bombs and the ass whooping to prove that I'm a Smurf. See, if you want to be, you could be whatever you want to be if you wouldn't have fight and die on it. You could claim whatever you want to claim. You wouldn't have fight and die on it, and not just talk about, oh, brother, you not black, brother. You are Aboriginal, more Islander, Asiatic bull crap. I'm whoever I want to be. If I'm willing to fight and stand on it, get some courage. Go judge, man up, woman up, but by God, stand up.
That's why I do appreciate that. I want to bring something to you because I wanted to bring this to your attention. So, though the main topic right now in the media is, well, forget the impeachment, we talked about it, but the main topic is these vaccinations. So down the street from me, Walgreens got it. We had a lady down here in Gloucester die. They said that she didn't die from the vaccine, but she was fine before that. At 58 years old, and then I was at the vaccine, she died. But they said it wasn't. We gotta wait. It may take months to find out the cause of death. She just walked in there fine and died hours later. What are you talking about? And they're saying, so they're not reporting to you their effects. You can go on the CDC's own website and it will tell you vaccine report adverse effects of the vaccines. What's going on right now? They actually tell you what's up. This is all public knowledge. I'm like, do you not, what do they call it? The CDC, Centers for Disease Control? Don't that mean they control disease?
Exactly. They're not there to cure it. They're just there to control it. We're going to contain it. We're going to control it.
They tell
we're going to create it. We're going to create it.
So
create, control, contain.
When we talk about, that's why I said, like, Dr. Timothy Cunningham. Why you think they killed the brother? Because you talking too much. You're not gonna expose our little scheme.
And then they character assassinate him after they killed him the first time. They character assassinate him. They kill him a second time. And he's not even talked about in this narrative.
I had a conversation with a friend of mine about 3 years ago. I think he went to school for nursing, and I had went to school for pharmacy tech in 2009. And I had a little situation, and they told me you had to repeat the class. But I was getting kind of like, man, I was doing the internship, man. I said, look, man, I'm gonna have to quit this thing anyway because I don't like it, because under these doctor confidential laws and stuff, you're not allowed to really tell people, what's in these medications. Because I sit there and read the medications, right?
Mm-hmm.
And tell you all the side effects. And I said, this is a for-profit business. What isn't? But I can't live with myself and be literally killing people with medication.
Mm.
So actually, tell you the truth, I don't miss it at all. I just went ahead and paid the loan back, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go through all this. I didn't finish, but I'm just saying I can't silly. If you got a conscience, you well, yeah. She said, "Hey, look, hey Ron, might have to make it a date. Come on,
I would think about that, man, because they different down in Texas, man. I got people down there, but they different down there. They move different.
And she said they don't like immigration down there. And
yeah, woo,
experimental
heart of Texas.
Experimental vaccine. This is when she's a nice young lady from Idaho. She always gives me the 411.
Yeah. Shout out
about
to her,
it.
Sister Monique.
And this is interesting here. The lady in Gloucester did not have COVID. She just took the vaccine, was overweight and diabetic. This is what I heard. Could be wrong.
Cause of death right there. Cause of death right there. But you know the thing about it is, why are we needing a vaccine for something that has a so-called 99% recovery rate? We don't even got cures for tuberculosis and meningitis. You still got some form of polio out there. We have got no cure for the common cold. So why we need this cure for this stuff? And what happened to people dying from the flu and pneumonia? The flu just disappeared? Is it extinct like the dodo bird? The flu?
No, they just ain't gonna talk about it. Whatever the narrative they make. My thing is, you are a human being and you're meant to be free. What these people are doing is crimes against humanity.
Yeah.
But they always say, when you comply, you give these people more power to do what they do. Here you go, Ron. There you go. Another. You hit the nail head again. Sheila Jackson Lee, she's corrupt and carries the word of Democrat. She's Caribbean, by the way. Someone else heard her write that bill. Oh, we definitely agree with that.
Yeah, but this is what they do. We talk about Judas and the Black Messiah. You get rid of Fred Hampton, you replace him with Jesse Jackson. You understand? Because Fred Hampton had the real Rainbow Coalition. And Jesse co-opted that. And, Jesse was there when King got assassinated. I'm right across the street from when they crucified King. Jesse was about 26 years young. So he was a young guy. But he made that deal. Just like with Sheila Jackson Lee, the seat that she occupied was by the great Mickey Leland. That was great Mickey Leland's seat. A native, Texan, FBA, ADOS guy, Mickey Leland, who they killed over in Africa. It took them a minute to find his body in the plane. Had they got to the plane crash in the mountains sooner, Mickey Leland may still be alive today, maybe still involved in politics, because when he died, his wife was pregnant with his twins. A lot of y'all don't know who Mickey Leland was. Look up Mickey Leland. They killed them back in 89, but Sheila Jackson Lee took his place, just like with Charlie Rangel, Mr. Pringle. Mr. Pringles, yeah. Like a black Dracula, like Chocula, Count Chocula looking dude. Charlie Rangel took the place of Adam Clayton Powell Jr. See, a lot of our fighters get replaced by, boule people or people that are, compliant with the powers that be. So we don't even remember the folks that fight for us, man. It's a travesty. There are a lot of folks never heard of Fred Hampton until this movie came out.
Well,
so-called black people.
I like what Dr. Khalid Muhammad said, old bootlicking Charlie Rangel.
He died on February 17th, we lost Khalid Muhammad February 17th, 2001. That's coming up. That's the birth date of Huey P. Newton and also of Michael Jordan. Just like the death date of Fred Hampton Sr. was the birth date of Jay-Z. Stuff
That's
is
right.
interesting.
Hey, so that means ain't all no coincidence then. Something is
It's stuff to this, but I want, and that's another thing. We talking about the Super Bowl. It's interesting because it's a thing called gematria. This guy
yeah.
named Zach Hubbard. It's powerful stuff, but here's the thing: black folks want to think that deep. See, like I'm telling people, Zach Hubbard is not only breaking you down numbers. You got to be a student of history too. You got to study history. That's a part of military science, and we don't like to do history. We want to talk about what happened on Instagram Live yesterday instead of what happened 200 years ago.
let me say something to you.
Uh-huh.
So, I encourage followers to get this book all the time, The Synagogue of Satan. One thing about it, I encourage people to get it and read it. But check this out.
Mm-hmm.
In that, that what is Cloyd Becker, Senator Warnock. I don't think they won that either. I think they stole the count.
Well, he in trouble now. They're investigating.
They're investigating
irregularities, how they register people to vote.
Warnock. So, but the thing with that book I was saying right there, Senator, this book, and there was a Jewish book called the Talmud, which, by the way, I don't even understand why people don't ask this. The Talmud say Jesus is boiling hot excrement, but also they talk about gematria, decoding numbers.
Right.
They decode numbers. It's all signs, symbols, numerology.
Yeah.
Check this out. COVID-19, certificate of verification ID. I know a girl talking about she got 2 vaccines, put it on Facebook, her card, and it didn't have a name, it had a number. Okay, like Margaret Beach type stuff. But check this out. 19, first letter of the alphabet is A. 9 is I, artificial intelligence. Look at the robots they putting out, man. They done been bringing out robots out the ass since this thing started. Look, you got self-checkout in one of them stores in Texas I was reading about. They going full robotic on you. AI. So use these words back on them. This gematria stuff is real, man. You don't know how much they busting down to organized labor.
Yeah.
That's why I said when you start seeing, what's the thing that they got talk about on your phone. Like somebody called me the other day talking about your Amazon Prime account is gonna be discontinued. I don't even have an Amazon Prime account. Who's calling me? And then they hang up on you. So these robots calling me or these scammers, because a lot of scammers do call on it thing. That's another thing. Also, we got to watch out. Gas prices going back up. A lot of things about to change, man. So I just tell you, get ready, get your seatbelts ready, re in for a bumpy ride. But I don't know. Dawson says, keep up the good work.
Listen, we love you madly. We love you madly, Sister Dawson. Keep shining like a diamond.
Okay. Said it was stolen, but we know Warnock is Boulay. Yes. That's interesting. That's interesting about Warnock though, because it's very interesting because I thought they cared about black women getting beat, but or running over the foot of his wife, but I guess that go for certain folks. Besides, with Me Too movement trying to come back too. So
well, if Me Too actually was for the people, Biden would not be president right now.
That's right.
Now,
why
free R. Kelly. Jeez, free R. Kelly. Damn, but enough is enough, people. And leave T.I. and Tiny alone. These were grown people, from my understanding. They pay these folks money to act a fool. And Atlanta is Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Atlanta don't wear no condoms and they don't wear no mask down there. It's free fall. It's a big old orgy.
Well, but you were saying something to me one time a couple weeks ago, and I want to bring it up. I know you've been, and I'm actually proud of you, brother. You've been you've been running 6 miles a day.
I mean, for the most part, 3 to 6 miles with the mask on. I found something that worked for me though. Like I go run. I don't take no stops and stuff, but you got to train your body, man. Like I'm one of them weird guys. I'm like a black polar bear. I could go outside with shorts on with no socks on and don't get sick because I take care of myself. I drink my water, I exercise, I work out, I take a lot of vitamins and supplements. And I'm gonna post some of that stuff throughout the day because you need to practice self-love, man. Ain't no greater love than self-love. Self-love is the foundation for all loves. Like knowledge of self is the foundation for all knowledge.
Well,
To
I'm
know
gonna say
yourself
something.
is to love yourself.
I'm gonna say something to you. Yeah, you tell me you're running 6 miles a day. That's good. I'm glad you're doing it, and I'm glad you got your what you call your water and stuff like that. Like you were saying about a headache, and Dick Gregory told you if you got a
Drink
headache, you might
water.
need to drink more water.
Yeah, or your back hurt, you might not be getting enough water. I mean, people don't drink enough water. We made most of the water, but a lot of folks don't like water, and it's by design. What they do, they poison the water. You know, you think about Flint. You poison the water, and by them poisoning the water, that affects generations of people. You giving folks Legionnaire's disease and stuff, and they passing on defects to their families for generations. That's systemic genocide. And the fact that black folks still love Obama after he fake drink that water 2 times up in Flint. When he disrespected those black people the way he did, and people in general, it's a shame. Obama shouldn't even be this popular among black folk. But black folks don't want nothing. We just like to complain. We don't want to change nothing. We just want to keep on complaining. Woe is me. It only matters if white folks acknowledge us or they pay attention. And when we get killed by white people, people forget that Emmett Till was kidnapped and tortured and killed by black males. But they get written out of history. Now you just focus on the 2 white dudes. There was black men that helped them do this. Had they not had the help of the brothers, the so-called skin folk, Emmett might not got killed.
Let me say something to you that happened the other day. Speaking of Black History Month, there's this Nigerian guy that's trying to run for the governor of Michigan.
Yeah, I heard about him.
And he said that he would get rid of Black History Month. Now, I didn't take that as a popular take, but I did say something. BLM say they deserve the first week of Black History Month. And I said to myself, shit, I don't even know why we have Black History Month because we are the history. We didn't design it in 1 month. We the makers and founders and the creators of this world, man. So daggone, I don't need a month to celebrate. So I won't didn't take it as upset as some people got about what he said. I just want to know why would he run on a platform like that. But his brother said he purchased 2 of your shirts.
I appreciate it. It was please. We love you madly. I'm glad
hey,
you
look,
enjoy the shirts.
Help me well I donate to Ron all the time, but donate so we can get some boxing gloves.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm a fighter, but like I said, a lot of y'all focus on, like I tell, it's Valentine's, y'all. I know y'all love guns out there, a lot of gun people out there, but here, black men, treat your women like you treat your guns.
That's right.
Learn them well and respect and care for them. Learn them well. Love your women like you love your guns. Because to me, that black woman, you know how to weaponize a black woman. That's like, hey, it's a weapon like no other. Like Baba Dick Gregory would say, 2 of the strongest forces in American history, the black woman and the black church. So if you know how to utilize your sisters, like even that movie, the Judas and the Black Messiah showed the power of black women. Because a lot of times people want to downplay the organizational abilities and the fighting abilities of black women. But a lot of our organizations would not make it without the the fighting force and the wisdom and love and concern and nurturing of black women.
Well, let's say something right there because I wanted to. That could be kind of this will be a topic I got tonight. And it's Rex Garvin and
Rex and effects. I'm gonna do the zoom and the boom boom. Rex and effect. I like Rex, man. That midget still had me tripping though. I love it. I'm gonna start dating little people, man. I'm gonna start dating midgets, man.
Hey man, I saw one.
Are you ready for love? I'm ready for love.
I saw a midget last week at Sam's Club, man.
Hey, them little people be sexy though, man. I ain't gonna lie, there's some women that them little people. Oh my god, I like oh my god, I've been missing out, man. I just like enough of this, like so I don't know, man. It's like I'm open. I would love to date some midgets or little people. I don't care.
But look, the topic is gonna be when will the black man come home, and I think it's gonna be black men women relationship. He wanted to bring this topic up, so I said I'm gonna do it. And it's actually well, it's not the perfect day for me because, but I was gonna get Valentine's Day, whatever. But what I'm gonna say is this is a good topic to bring up. When would a black man come home? And look, sisters, I want to just give up my apology to you that we got a fool like Little Nas X buying triple D implants to mimic you. I am sorry that these women in my chat and around the world have to deal with these effeminized black men or these sideshow puppets.
Mm-hmm.
I just so that's my apologies for the way the media portrays black men, because you got strong black men like me, Ron, even the great Judge Joe Brown, Honorable Judge Joe Brown, and others. I can go Gavin, Rex, anybody, but we're stuck in too much lunacy. So, but I will say to the sisters that when you see these people, they need to be put on front street and ostracized for trying to mimic you. Do not let men that act like women be around you. Do not let Tyler Perry and these type of people be around you, because they are poisonous to your children and they poison for humanity.
Yeah, but black women raise these types though.
They got stop. Well, they got stop raising
it
them.
Starts with the sisters, man. I mean, like I be trying to do stuff. Like I be putting I put together a list of all time jazz great leaders, band leaders. I thought. And the sister's gonna come out. His sister said, I love this sister, but she said, well, Billie Holiday and Nina Simone too. I said, well, that's not your list, sister. That's a man's world. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to Billie Holiday and Nina Simone. I love them as singers, but we come to leaders, men. We need men. And like when I deal with my people, I tell people this all the time. I know y'all love Malcolm and Elijah and Marcus, but some of the greatest black leadership came from jazz band leaders like Duke Ellington and Count Basie and Fletcher Henderson and Sun Ra and Charles Mingus and Miles Davis, dealing with our dysfunctional people to make them work together in unison to create a beautiful sound together. That's powerful leadership. I mean, Sun Ra would take a junkie off the street and turn them into some alchemy, turn them to master teachers and musicians. He taught them how to build drums out of tree trunks and stuff. That's master teaching. And they say Sun Ra was a cousin of Elijah Muhammad. He was in Chicago around the same time as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But Sun Ra was interesting. Now you look at Duke Ellington and Jimmy Lunsford. Jimmy Lunsford taking high school boys, using music as a rites of passage to turn them into men. No responsibility and accountability. Y'all sleeping on Art Blakey. Art Blakey, helped create the groundwork for people like these trumpet greats like Clifford Brown and Lee Morgan and Wynton Marsalis came through Art Blakey, a drummer from Pittsburgh, who was also a Muslim. We had a bunch of kids all over the place, from my understanding. But I want to shout out Romany Malco, that's his name, the brother who played in Think Like a Man, who was Megan Good's beau. Romany Malco, I think his name. I like this brother. I didn't know he was just like 52. Just got a son into this world. He just brought a newborn son, his first child, at the age of 52. And I'll be 41 this year. And I go hard in the gym because my time is coming. I'm not gonna let my body go to waste. I'm gonna bust me some good nuts as I get old. I'm gonna be busting to the day I die. But my grandmother, my paternal grandmother, she passed away in 2016. She was the last of her father's children. My great-grandfather, her father was born into slavery in South Carolina back in 1862. See, the slavery ain't that far away. That's my great-grandfather. He was born, not my great-great-great, my great-grandfather. My grandmother's father, born into slavery back in 1862 in South Carolina, killed a white man to protect his mama. Had to go across the country, settled in Kansas City, Kansas, changed his last name. He met my great-grandmother in Joplin, Missouri, but he had my grandmother, the last of his 10 children, at the age of 66. So don't tell me that it's too late for any of us brothers who ain't got no kids in their 40s and whatnot to pop out one. So I'm going to pop me out some before I get out of here. I'm going to continue my bloodline some way. I be slept on. I'm more slept on than slept with, but my time is coming. It's the Ron Geist, baby. But anyway.
Hey, look. Well, I know you. It's Ron Geist because before
for me, it's the Ron Geist. It's the Trump Geist. It's the BJ Geist. Got them. It's Bernard Geist. It's our time, man. I'm not. Look, women will respect a man that knows he's a man. I'm not
That's
gonna
right.
sit here and bash no black woman that I don't want to be with anyway. I want to attract a certain type of woman, but she gotta know her role. And women want a man to lead her. Like I said, you study the jazz band leaders, man. Duke Ellington had people in his band that wouldn't talk to each other for 20 years. He had two trumpet players. They sit next to each other playing 300 gigs a year. They didn't say one damn word between each other for 20 years. He had guys in there sleeping with each other, girlfriends and wives and stuff.
You know what?
People stealing and stuff. But he was able to bring them guys together for 50 years. He had a band for 50 years of black men going through the roaring 20s, the Great Depression, Jim Crow, civil rights, black power. He had a band for 50 years dealing with crazy black dudes to make that beautiful sound.
I was listening to this podcast like that, but I think it's lady named Lockhart Perspective, and she was saying about these some women, not all, but she was just saying that, you know, that they want to give you more child care programs. She said, no, you are the teacher, the child. The women, you know, some of them, you got the awesome job stuff, which is fine, but you know, she was basically saying what it should be like nursing and the first teaching the child and stuff. She was like, why don't some of the women stay at home? You know, basically start the entrepreneur business at home, let the man go work, and that way you don't have to put your children in these expensive daycares, because after you pay for daycare, you basically, I mean, some people, you know, unless you got a lot of money, you basically broke after paying daycare. So why do you need somebody else to educate your child and stuff like that? You should be the first teacher of your child. Me personally, I'm not with us going to certain schools. It was not by the community. You know, I was talking to a guy a couple of days ago. We were talking about history, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing history, which is really his story or their story, right? Everything you need to go back in history, you need to go back and turn from the opposite and say that's not what happened, because that's not what really happened. That's the story and narrative they draft up. It was mighty funny. And I was just watching this thing about Trump's lawyer, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were supposed to have 16 hours to go through their case, right? They finished it in 3 because the Democrats' case was so weak they didn't have none.
Right.
And then you got, you know, they're saying, oh, we got some people. I'm like, these people that you got on the Republican side to do that are bought and paid off communists anyway, and one of them should be in jail for manipulating the stocks. Bird from North Carolina, he's not going to run again. Toomey's not going to run again. I'm like, yeah, I don't think people get it that the politicians, that the Republicans and Democrats, even Lindsey Graham, even though he voted to quit, they have all sold out to corporate interests, most and even foreign interests as well. Mm-hmm. They've never been for the American people. They're for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
The only president that you can say is is what they call a patriot, is Trump. And maybe Kennedy, but Kennedy was that. You know what? That's mighty funny. Let me say one thing about Kennedy, because not that Kennedy, but is it Robert F. Kennedy, the one that was talking about the vaccines?
You know, JFK started that. You know, he supported the polio vaccine. And you had Ted Kennedy working with Ronald Reagan to make sure that you couldn't sue Big Pharma if the vaccine failed and caused you injury or harm or death.
Yeah.
So the Kennedy family are tied into the legacies of trying to vaccinate not only America but the world. Yeah. But now Robert Kennedy Jr., he's against that. You know, they kicked him off of Instagram, from my understanding.
Yeah, but I think Dawson said that he done reneged, and now she said that they threatened his life or something like that. So
they've been killing they killed a couple of Kennedys over the last couple of years. They killed one of his nieces, and they killed another niece with her son last year. So they've been killing Kennedy. Killing Kennedy is a blood sport. You know, killing Kennedy like clay pigeons and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know how many Kennedys been killed? I'm not laughing at that, but I'm just saying. And also, I want to address the Hannibal. He said, wasn't Duke Ellington a gay man? His collaborator was a gay man named Billy Strayhorn from Pittsburgh. Now they call him Sweet Pea, but he was a brilliant songwriter and composer. He's the one to write "Hurry, hurry, hurry, take the A train." He wrote that. That's the theme song for the Ellington band. But he was openly gay. But Duke was a ladies' man. Duke had all the women. You know, that's why we don't know who we are, man. Because you should know that. You know, because Duke Ellington, you look at pictures of Duke or see him in film, he was a very suave guy, very sophisticated guy. So
Well,
he
but it's
missed.
one other thing. Now we go. Let me get back to this guy Kennedy right quick. So now Kennedy, I think he was on that thing called Vax, but it's mighty weird because, like I
No,
said
this
about
Kennedy Jr., Robert Kennedy Jr. You're talking about?
Ralph Kennedy Jr.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the anti-vax guy. Yeah,
yeah. So um, they did that, but now they're gonna try to censor everybody who talks about it. And actually, you had a woman actually on. Well, I get a woman on Nicole Wiles on MSNBC one bit of credit. She did admit to Obama and Bush droning people all over the world, but she said that Trump supporters and COVID deniers need to be drones. Well, that was AOC to talk about COVID deniers.
deprogram. No, you talking?
Yeah, re-education camps. I'm like, anybody realize that if you didn't think Operation Paperclip was real, do you realize it now?
No, they don't realize because they don't know what operate. They don't know what it is. People don't study history, man. It's like the gematria stuff is based on history. Yes, numbers, but you gotta know background in history. You gotta know who Walter Kemp is, the founder of football, whatever, and how Yale plays a role in football. You don't know that backstory. It's hard to really tell these narratives. That's why you look at somebody like Judge Joe Brown when people say he go around the world to tell you something, because he's trying to give you a backstory to the backstory. And it's really up to people not just to take them as an oracle, but to research the information. Because I'll say, well, Judge, I heard was this. Oh, no, it was this. Then you got to say as the listener, so Ron's saying this, but Judge is saying that. Let me just research it and find information, and let me come to my own conclusion about what was said. That's how you teach people. You repetition, then you do your research. A lot of folks ain't into that, man. A lot of folks ain't into that. They love. That's why they like celebrities so much still. You just survived 2020 and you care about football and basketball, who ain't got nominated for an Oscar. You really care about that stuff? And why so and so was nominated for a Grammy? Who cares? Really?
Bread and circuses.
Yeah, that's all it is. But
I do like one thing you said though.
What's that?
Tom Brady is Donald Trump's revenge.
No, it's a Trump guy. I mean, with Tom Brady, it's all scripted, man. I don't look at sports as competition. It's all theater and pageantry. If you don't get there at this point, then you're not understanding what sports is. Why are you getting? Look, man. I remember 2 times I said, you know what? Why will I care about if they win or lose? It's like I remember when the Rams played Brady when he won his first Super Bowl. It was against St. Louis Rams, right?
Yeah.
And I remember I was in St. Louis in college, man. We were like, oh Lord, yeah, St. Louis. Nelly was hot. You can find me in St. Louis. Rams about to win their second Super Bowl. Then we saw what happened, man. The city had the St. Louis Blues for weeks. It was so sad in the city, man, based on a sports team. They end up leaving the city, not that long after. You know what I'm saying? So why are you loyal to these teams that not loyal to you? Like the Cleveland Browns are not in Cleveland, they in Baltimore. The Ravens. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So how are you going to say, well, this day history? No, that's not even the real Cleveland Browns. Art Modell didn't give a damn about the people of Cleveland. That's why Jim Brown did what he did. He was a man. He said, you know what? You gonna find me to come back to play some foosball? I'm retiring at 29. Jim Brown walked away at 29. That's why he can still remember he could play football. That he played football. So but I'm saying, but we don't understand these type of stuff. It's like even if you got a problem with LeBron James, like the brother DeJuan Brown, shout out to him, DeJuan Brown. But like he brought to attention that LeBron James and them getting cheated by the salary cap. How can Steve Ballmer of the Los Angeles Clippers make all this money last year? He made billions and billions of dollars during a pandemic, during a global economic shutdown. These billionaires got wealthier and wealthier. But yet we complain about LeBron James getting a couple $100 million. Well, the folks he made money for have made billions and billions off his talent. It's an insult.
Well, let me ask you
one thing. It's an insult, man. They got to hide the contradictions.
I'm glad you brought him up because before I go, I want to ask you one thing. So I see Kobe Bryant's daughter got accepted to Oregon or something, but I'm sitting there saying about Kobe Bryant, but we need to understand how they assassinated this man.
I mean, I didn't know he was assassinated. I knew he was assassinated. I know, and they taunt you about it. They made that silly cartoon about it several years before they do it. It's like The Simpsons. Y'all keep on thinking, man, how they predict the future? Because they control your present.
That's right.
And they control your past. Because they can manipulate the photos and the footage, and y'all think, oh, this will really happen. Like even with the Fred Hampton movie, I don't look at this as being a historical work of art. I mean, it's nice propaganda. It's very entertaining. It's well done. But in reality, the person who killed Fred Hampton, who delivered the kill shot, was not white. It was a black police officer named James Gloves Davis. They call him Gloves because he'll put on his gloves to beat your ass. Before he beat your ass, he put his gloves on. So they sent that bastard in to deliver those 2 kill shots to Fred Hampton's head. That what killed Fred Hampton. A black man. It was a black man that gave the FBI the layout of his apartment. William O'Neill, his chief security guard. Think about Malcolm. Chief security guard Eugene Roberts was NYPD undercover, bossy. And then he's the same dude that set up Tupac Mama and no Black Panthers and the Panther 21 thing. So even in Memphis, across the street where they got Dr. King, the guy that's kneeling over his body is a guy named Morrell McCullough, who was undercover Memphis police and military intelligence and became the first black commissioned CIA officer in history. I talked to that guy on the phone by less than 2 minutes. I came back for Samuel, man. I got it on my We All Be TV channel. He said, I don't do interviews, but I said, you are Morrell McCullough that was there when Dr. King got killed April 4th, 1968. He said, yes. See, what they do, they hide out in plain sight. I was able to find this dude's phone number on the white pages. South Carolina number. See, you know, a lot of us don't know how to research, man. I'm able to find people all the time that folks say they can't find. I should be a bounty hunter, man.
Well, look, like I said, man, it is always an honor when you come on. I had you on in a while, but hey, shout out to Real Dana. The movie was not a Fred Hampton biopic. Shout out to Dana.
It was a Fred Hampton biopic. I disagree because it said Judas and the Black Messiah. It talked about the relationship between Fred Hampton and William O'Neill. And Fred Hampton, like I tell people this, Fred Hampton is amazing. I've been studying Fred Hampton for years. I called his mama up back in December 2010 to thank her. I said, I thank you for the sacrifice of your amazing son. People don't realize till they saw that movie. I knew this for a long time. That Fred Hampton mama used to babysit Emmett Till.
Right.
When they lived in Argo, Illinois, she used to babysit Emmett Till. And Fred Hampton was about 7 years old. Matter of fact, Fred Hampton was born August 29th, 1948. You know, Emmett Till was kidnapped around August 29th, 28th. They found his body at the Tallahatchie River about August 31st. See, we don't know enough about our history, man. You know, Chadwick Boseman, this is named Boseman, the Black Panther, Marvel Black Panther. He died, August 28th? That's the weekend of the birth of Fred Hampton, who was born August 29th, a real Black Panther. Yeah. You know, so we this is the thing. What I'm saying is, like, I know y'all love Bitcoin and all that stuff, but what Bitcoin gonna do when they show you that we could destroy a black town that was prosperous like Black Wall Street, like Tulsa, back in 21? They had banks, they had real estate, they had businesses, but yet the white folks use these black folks' planes to bomb their community. You know, a lot of black folks left Memphis after the lynching of the People's Grocery lynchings of Thomas Moss, one of Ida B. Wells' closest friends. She was the godmother to his child. Ida B. Wells told black folks to leave Memphis and go west because that's what his last words were before they lynched him. Because he had a family. He had a son on the way who died tragically later on, unfortunately, due to, I think, gun violence, if not mistaken. But he said, tell my people to go west because they get no justice here. So black folks set up black folks to go west to Tulsa. So you had black people like Robert Church, the first black millionaire of the South. He put up money to help black folk get settled in Tulsa. And then we have this tragedy in 1921. And this is a centennial year. So what I'm trying to get black folks' mind around is that stop letting these folks game you. They never meant us any good. They always tell you who they are, but yet you still don't believe them. It's like a person say, I don't love you. But I love you, but I don't love you. How many times I got to show you I don't love you? Chad Wheeler to Aaliyah Taylor. How many times I got to choke you out and drink a smoothie while you gasping for air to let you know I never loved you? Just because I sleep with you and have kids with you does not mean I love you.
Well, like Brother West said one time, and I was, he was on show one day, and he said, "Hey, look, he don't feel bad for her because she was swirling. I said, well, hey, it is what it is, brother. Hey, you know, like I said, I don't understand history of white folks. Why a black woman want to be with a white guy? That's their business. But hey, look,
I
I don't.
overstand women. If you overstand women, that's easy to understand. Women love power.
Oh yeah,
No,
yeah,
because
yeah,
it's
yeah.
only patriarchy is the white patriarchy, and that's because it's their system. But with a Fred, once again, William O'Neill's story ain't nothing without Fred Hampton. William O'Neill's story is nothing. It's not. We don't care about William O'Neill's story unless it's connected to Fred Hampton's story. It's just like you look at if they did a movie about Agent 800. See, this COINTELPRO stuff didn't start with no 60s and the Black Panthers or Dr. King. You go back to the 1920s when J. Edgar Hoover hired the first black FBI agent, a former DC detective named James Wormley Jones, Agent 800, to get close to Marcus Garvey to neutralize Marcus Garvey, whatever that means.
J. Edgar Hoover was a mulatto himself.
Yeah, yeah. It was a sister that wrote a book about it and did a documentary about 20-something years ago that talked about that because he said she was a Hoover from Macomb, Mississippi. And she said that J. Edgar Hoover threatened the black part of his family. If they ever reveal who he really was, he would kill them all. He had that type of power. But what I'm saying is that Marcus Garvey was set up by the federal government, by the FBI, and they used black FBI agents that infiltrated his organization, the United Negro Improvement Association. See, a lot of stuff we don't understand. Like they killed Booker T. Washington and replaced him with Robert Moulton, and he was on his watch. He was an Army intelligence spy. It was on his watch that the Tuskegee experiment took place back in 1932. He retired in 1935 and he died in Virginia in 1940. That's Robert Moulton, U.S. Army intelligence spy, Boule guy, who helped initiate the Tuskegee experiment at Tuskegee, succeeded Booker T. Washington after they killed Booker T. Washington. And the last public speech that Booker T. Washington did before he died was at Yale, home of Skull and Bones.
Yeah, that's like I said, brother. You always come around, you break it down. I do want to say, in regards to you, keep on pushing. Hey, look, man, I gotta bring my ass back to Memphis, man.
Stay longer than a day though.
Huh?
Stay longer than a day.
Oh, I will. I think I'm gonna stay
That's a
longer
long
than
drive just to go back around, man. That's a long drive. I've been there drive several times.
I'm going to go back and besides my friend, tell my friend that you said how you doing. Like I said, I just want you to stay visiting Memphis. I'll be taking a trip again. This is very in the next couple hours. But I do want you to stay vigilant and keep on. So, you got any last words, brother?
I want to thank Nurse Dawson. I think I sent Nurse Dawson a Facebook request. I don't know if she got it. She get a lot of them. I think she get a lot of admirers and stalkers. I can see why. Actually, I can see why she get a lot of admirers and stalkers. But y'all is good. I thank y'all, Nurse Dawson. Thank you for the donation. Thank you, Sister Felicia, for the donation. Brother Edwards for supporting the movement. And y'all can find me on We All Be TV. And I thank Brother King Bernard for giving me the motivation to do some more live streams. Cause really, I just don't want to be bothered with all this stuff. And Brother Bernard is such he's such a motivating guy. I can see why he could be a great, successful personal trainer. Cause he really stays on target. He stays on focus. He's one of the best researchers I know. And he really got a heart for serving and loving our people. So I respect that immensely. So, I mean, bro, I commend you on your efforts. I've seen that your work has grown, but I hope you backing up all your stuff. I'll be trying to tell you, you need to get this stuff backed up on a cloud or on external drive. Cause you got too much important information. Because we can't depend on these type of platforms to respect our work. Well, and they don't respect our work, especially the folks that are really doing the real work. So I want to, keep you encouraged, but also value what you do and don't take it for granted.
Well, look, man, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Thank you. When I come back around the horn, I'm gonna have to, have to come back and get a little bit more of the Memphis experience because I got some, but I know I didn't get enough, and I know it's a whole.
It's so much stuff, not just Memphis, but the Delta, man. It's just so much to explore. See, people here don't appreciate it. I hear people complain about being from here. Don't you know what a blessing is to have the Memphis as a part of your narrative, the greatness of this part of the country? Memphis is one of those places where you may not like Memphis, but you just 2 to 8 hours for where you want to be. Like an 8-hour drive, almost 9 hours to Houston. I did it several times. New Orleans 6 hours away, Atlanta 6 hours away, Nashville 3 hours away, St. Louis 4 hours away, Chicago about maybe 8 hours away, Dallas, all this stuff. You just 2 to 8 hours where you want to be, man. Memphis is a great place to be positioned in terms of this country. We are the middle of the country. We are the distribution hub of the country. That's economics and commerce and culture. Everything run through here. So, like, people forget black radio was invented in Memphis. WDIA was the first all-black radio format in the country back in 1948. B.B. King was a disc jockey at WDIA. Then right down the street at Booker T. Washington High School, Maurice White, the architect and founder of Earth, Wind, and Fire, went there. So I'm right down the street from that. And then you think about Ida B. Wells, who is, to me, the mother of investigative journalism in this country. She started her newspaper office on Beale Street. She started her career here in Memphis. So Memphis is a very powerful place. And I'm glad that this is a part of my narrative, wherever I may be in the world or in the galaxy or whatever in the universe. I'm glad that I have this a part of my narrative, being a mythite, as my friend called. Not a mythian, but a mythite.
Well, hey, look, this is what I'm going to say, man. This was the return of angry black men. It was another
righteous, angry black man. If you're not angry as a black man, you ain't living. I ain't talking about that. I want to be loved by white people, because a lot of y'all angry because white folks don't love y'all. So it's not even justifiable. And you just angry because white folks don't love you. You ain't white enough or light enough to pass. I'm talking about an anger that fuels your creativity, that fuels your love for the people, that can resurrect being a man. It's time for black men to be man again.
That's right.
Because the women are leading us into a burning house. They don't recognize it. But look at, Trump gave them a warning. Look, black women, self-destruction. We heading for self-destruction. Women, we got to get back on code.
That's right.
Black man, be a man. I promise she'll respond.
That's right.
Love your women like you love your guns and cars. Treat your women like you treat your guns and cars. You won't lose.
And this is what I'm gonna say, brother. And like I said, I'm gonna use the play our words. Well, everybody, Brother Ron did a great job as usual. He always puts out great content. I want to thank him for his wonderful Jimmy Lunchfoot jazz and music festival he did over the wintertime, because he wasn't able to do it in the community, so he did it virtually. And also, we want to say that, hey, in the words that you always use, we love you madly.
I appreciate it. I receive it. I receive it, bro. Thank you.
And donate to Brother Ron, Real BT Fantastic, Real keep in touch. And I'll be back on tonight, 9 o'clock.
You gonna have women with ladies' night? Or I know you said Rex Gavin. Who else will be on
it? I wanted to be Lauren, but maybe I get Dr. Common Johnson. Maybe we can discuss this midget crisis again.
Yeah, I had Lauren like Runaway Love. You know that Ludacris song? Runaway Love. Run away, run away. What you running from, little girl? Little girl, little girl, little girl. Don't be running away from me, little girl. I know they don't sound right today. You know how Muddy Waters them, and you say, "Oh, that little girl." I don't know. Maybe they'll talk about little girls. You know the blues singers. I love Harlan Wolf and Muddy Waters, man. I love those guys.
Shout out to her and Ballard, Denise Jones, and Gavin, even Queen Abinaya Shakur, who
Oh yeah, you do. You keep it coming. You keep the hot heat coming, man. You got the sisters on deck. But yeah, you got some women out here that love black men. Like, you look at Nurse Dawson. It's a blessing to see women like that, because she's raising black son to be a man. Right. So she and a lot of issues, like, I'm gonna paraphrase what Picasso said. You people take this how they want it. Picasso said, the great Pablo Picasso, right, who stole from black people. He admitted to it later on, his art. But he said that there are only two types of women in the world: goddesses and doormats. Only two types of women. So which one are you? Are you a goddess or are you a doormat? Maybe you're a hybrid, because things are so messed up right now.
Just like Queen Abinaya Shakur's channel say, authentic black goddesses, and we got some authentic black goddesses in check. So thank you, women, ladies, and gentlemen, for coming out on this so-called Valentine's Day. But it is what it is. But Brother Ron, thank you for coming on once again, and take your time, brother.
I appreciate it. And also, I'm a Taurus, and we rule by Venus, goddess of love. So I love this time. I'm corny like that. I'll give a Valentine's Day to a woman that don't give me no time of day. Don't bother me at all to show some love.
All
It
right, well,
may
you
pay
take,
off later on. I don't know.
well, take your time and keep in contact and keep on putting out the good content, man.
You do the same, man. One love. We love you madly.
And I'm gonna send you some more stuff as soon as I get the information hot on the press. I'm gonna send it right to you.
I expect nothing but the best, brother. Black Media Express over here, boy. You a postman for real. You be delivering the messages, man. You deliver the mail on time. Rain, sleet, or snow. Hell. Oh, COVID pandemic. I don't know.
All right, man. You take your time.
You too. Take your time.